You have entered the J spot where we are strengthening relationships and families one conversation at a time on IntellectualRadio.com. We are an iHeart station. I'm your host, Jay. You all, thank you so much for allowing me to share a tiny portion of this evening with you as you ride home, as you cook dinner, as you help the kids with their homework. Yes, they do have homework. It's Thursday. They do have homework. Check their book bags, check up under the dog's bed, check everywhere, check in the garbage, check. They have homework. Uh, no, homework. That lets you know they got some homework. As soon as they break out and when they voice start trembling, uh, my teacher said said we ain't. They got homework. Check it. Listen, they probably even got a little note in there in the book bag. You got to call a teacher, have a parent teacher conference because they cutting up in class. Check their book bags because it's something in there that they don't want you to know about that you really need to know about. But guys, listen, thank you all so much. Please do me a favor, go to our page and like our page at the J Spot. Follow us on Twitter at J Spot. Also follow us on Instagram at the J Spot. J is spelled Jaye for all three. Listen now, while you at it, listen. I'm going to say this. First, before you even go to Facebook, before you go to Twitter, before you go to Instagram, go to YouTube. Please like and subscribe to our channel there, the J Spot Radio, Jaye. Like and subscribe to our channel there, guys. Listen, we have content there. So many shorts over there that are not on Facebook. So if you want to see those, and listen, Lady Lotus, I'm gonna blame it on her because she's not here yet. She is over there cutting up. So go to our YouTube channel, the J Spot Radio, like and subscribe our channel, the J Spot. Guys, thank you so much for your support. We have a great show lined up for you all. Listen, we're going to go ahead and jump right into it. Listen, with our first hot topic, and I can already tell you all right now, this is some foolishness, more foolishness, and even more foolishness. But you know what? We like that. Y'all know we come together, we congregate for the foolery. And listen, this first hot topic is no exception. And I'm telling you, I looked at it and I said, we got to do better. We got to do better. But I need to know, what do you all think about this? Because I said, listen, this brother said, listen, cheating and being intimate is one thing, but kissing and slobbing on Bob, all of that, that's another thing. He said that's something that he cannot get past. See, he said, I'm okay. I can forgive for a cheat. I can forgive her cheating. Yeah, I can. I think I can look aside that. But what I cannot get past is her slobbing, her gumming him down, her swallowing his children. He can't get past that. And if she kiss him, he can't get past that. But he can get past if you just, you just made a mistake and fell on it. Ow, 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 ow. He can forgive that. But what he cannot forgive is her slobbing on Bob or her kissing him. He can't forgive that. He cannot. What do you all think about that? Does what's happening in the act of cheating, does that make the blow, and I use that word lightly, does that make that any less or any more impactful depending upon what they did in the act? So again, this man is saying, you know what? Cheating, listen, I can get past that. If she just made a mistake and you know what she said, she fell on it, I can get past that. But what I cannot and I will not be able to get past is her slobbing, just going away with it, or her kissing him. I can't get past that. I cannot unsee that because I don't want the same mouth you done slobbed all over him. Now you want to come and kiss me. I can't get past that. Now I can get past If you let somebody visit you up in there, if you had another visitor up in there, I can look aside that. But I cannot, if you was just going away with it, I cannot forgive that. Or are you like me? I said, listen, I don't care. First of all, how are you gonna know? Honestly, the stuff that people come up, how are you gonna know if she slobbed on Bob? How are you gonna know that? How are you? Who even thinks to ask? You got her hemmed up in the corner because you found out she done did you give him some head? Wait a minute, what? Wait, so you gonna ruffle her? How do you find out if she went down on him? How do you find out if she kissed him? How do you find out any of this madness? I don't understand. So, in my opinion, a cheat is a cheat. But clearly, to this brother, he's like, oh, no, no, no. It's levels. It's levels to this cheating. So, I want to know, do you guys think and agree with this? Are there levels to cheating? Is it somewhat forgivable and acceptable if you say, you know what, listen, we all make mistakes, what have you, so I made a mistake, and and I did, I made a mistake and I fell on it, and that's just what it is. I fell all over it. I fell on it. Can you forgive me? Can you forgive the fall? But see, what I cannot forgive is you going down on him for you slobbing on Bob. I cannot forgive that. I cannot unsee that. I cannot forgive you for kissing him. I can't forgive any of that. What are your thoughts on that? Are you guys on board with that? Are you feeling the same way that this guy is saying? He's saying, listen, nope, I ain't doing it. Wrong suspect. It's levels to this cheating ish. Now, it's okay if you want to, again, you want to fall on it. You made a mistake. Mistakes happen. But mistakes cannot happen with you having his children swimming in your throat. I will not, because you will not kiss me with this man's kids in your throat. That's what you're not. He said that's what you're not gonna do. You're not kissing me with that. Leo, hey Leo, and wait, okay, so Quentin. Hey Quentin, how you doing? Quentin is saying fluid bonding is real. Soul ties come from exchange of fluids and energy. So Quentin, I need to know, are you saying what this guy is saying? As long as she don't have his children swimming in her throat, you okay with that? Hey Cedric, how you doing? Cedric, he's saying there are certain levels, but a cheater is a cheater. Fellas, y'all got to tell me what the levels are. Hey Leo, how you doing? Leo is saying, no, brother, better than me. I can't forgive if you kiss him, let alone slobbing on Bob. WTF, I'm done. I'm not forgiving nothing. It's a wrap. Wrap it up. Cheating is cheating. See, I'm with you there, Leo, on that. I don't care if you're inboxing somebody, you're cheating. In my opinion, you are cheating, and I am not about to deal with it. Listen, you can take that foolishness and you can send that back to someone else. Leo said, kissing me with his kids in her throat. Are you serious? Yes. She done get, now listen, let me ask y'all this. What if she only got the kids swimming in her throat? But she said, you know what? I can't do this to my man. As she sit there and try to knock his kids down. You know what? I can't do this. I cannot continue this. I cannot lay with this man. Let me go see if I can drink some peroxide or something to knock these kids down, because I feel like they doing karate in my throat. Let me go see if I can do something to rectify this situation. Let me see, what can I do? What can I do? I got a million kids kicking in my throat. All up in your throat, and you trying to figure out what can you do. So she confesses. First of all, let me make this disclaimer. Ladies, don't you ever, never, ever listen here. You you better not ever. You be better off going and sitting in a priest booth and confessing to the God, to the good Lord above. But don't you ever confess to no man that you done listen, okay? Not if you want to come out of that unscathed. And I listen, I'm not a promoter of domestic violence. I'm not. However, I'm not crazy either. There are certain triggers that if you say some things or you paint a picture and they see it, it's certain things that just temporary insanity right there. And you swallowing somebody else's kids is listen, it's at the top of the list that will cause this brother to just black out. And the next thing you know, he got your shirt like this, and you trying to figure out what happened. Like he just snapped. Just that's why they call it snap. He just snapped just like that. I personally would not advise it. Cedric, you're saying your body makes bonds that your mouth won't acknowledge. Wait a minute, Cedric. I like that. Your body makes bonds that your mouth won't acknowledge. So, does that include swallowing his kids, or is that not considered a bond? Because for those that are just tuning in, we're talking about the man says, you know what? Cheating, he can forgive if she made a mistake and fell on it. He can forgive that. But what he will not forgive is her swallowing his just all of that. He will not forgive that, nor will he forgive kissing. Because see, that's where he draws the line at. That's where he draws the line at. You might be able to get away with him with him forgiving you for lying down with somebody, but he said, you use a whole clown if you think I can forgive you for sleeping with for slobbing and swallowing this man's kids, because now you done swallowed his kids. Now you come back home. Now you got his million kids in your throat. Now you come back and you get my 10 million kids. You got 20 million kids in your throat. It's just a whole bunch of confusion going on. So he's saying, you know what? Listen, the slobbing on Bob is too intimate, and the kissing is too intimate, but he can possibly forgive you if you cheat on him. Leo is saying levels to cheating. Where that come from? Ain't no levels to cheating. Shaking my head. You must like messy. You know what, Leo? No, I think there is some levels to cheat. You know, you got to just you got to think about it. Just step back, go to the thinky think. You'll see it's a little bit. It's a few levels to it if you really want to acknowledge that. But I understand what he's saying. But for me, cheating overall is cheating. I don't care if it was the secret inbox. I don't care if it was, going to lunch. My thing is this: anything that you do that is outside of, if you're doing it behind my back, I can't deal with it. It's cheating. If it wasn't cheating, then why are you sneaking and doing it behind my back? Hey, YouTube family, thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. If it wasn't cheating or if it wasn't wrong, then why are you doing it behind my back? But again, the levels to cheating it's deep like that. And I would say, you know what? This is what we're gonna do. We're not playing this cheating foolishness whatsoever. We're not playing that. But again, he says that, you know what? Look, I can forgive the intimate part, but I cannot forgive you if you gave this man, if you got some oral going on with this brother and you think that I'm going to forgive it. Let me tell you something. You have, and I want to tell you this with all my heart, you have another thing coming, because I am not forgiving you, it, or anything else. You can miss me. There's no forgiveness over here. If you put your mouth and stick your wanker anywhere, but where you said that it was going to be, and that's the only place you said it was going to be, then we're not forgiving. Because here's the thing. I'm going to be honest with me. I feel like I have personally forgiven enough in a lifetime for cheating and lying and infidelity that I'm over it. Like I'm past the forgiving for that. Like at this point in life, if you can't sit down and have a conversation. If it's something that you're unhappy about, if it's something that you need to change, if you still are not man or woman enough to sit down and have that type of conversation, then you don't need to be in a relationship. Now, I know some people may say, Jay, it's not always that easy. It's not always that easy. I understand it's not always that easy. But what you're not going to do is sit up here and just keep playing these cat and mouse type games, sneaking behind. Listen, we done with all that. Because if I can't trust you, I don't need you. If I can't trust you, I can't be with you. That cheating ish, let me tell you, that's cheating. That'll snap me right up out of any type of love that I felt for you. I find out it's cheating, and listen, it that evidence just slap you right there in the face. I'm like, oh, love where? Love who? Because clearly you were not thinking about, because clearly your love for me did not exist when you stepped out and did whatever it is that you did with whomever, whatever. Me, I don't need the details. I don't need the specifics. And that's what I was wondering. Like, okay, well, with this guy saying, oh, I can forgive for I can forgive her for laying with the guy. I can forgive her for sleeping with him. But what I cannot forgive is her slobbing on Bob. Well, first, sir, how are you gonna know that she was slobbing on Bob unless you caught her? If you didn't catch her, I don't understand. How do you know the details of what happened? How do you know that? How do you know that she slobbed on Bob? How do you know that she kissed him? How would you know any of these things if you did not go into detail, or if you did not ask her for all of this information? How would you know what the extent of her being with this guy was? How would you know this? So that's the thing I didn't understand. How would you know what she did, how she did it? Again, I don't care what the details are. The fact that you did it, you stepped out. Okay, cool. Cool. Stand on it. Cause see, now it's time to stand on it. Now I don't want to I don't want to hear anything else. I just want you to do whatever it is that you need to do. Um, make haste and beat it. Make like some eggs and beat it, because there's nothing else for us to talk about. In my opinion, what do you want me to say? What am I supposed to do? Oh, well, how many times you kissed him? How many times you slobbed on it? How many times you why? Why does all that matter? Did you give him some head? Why? Where does that, what kind of foolishness? Why does that matter? Why does what happened, or what kind of session it was, why would that matter? Does that make you feel like, you know what? Well, if she didn't do this certain thing, then I can say she loved me. I can say he loved me. If he didn't go, oh, ladies, now listen, this ain't only about the fellas. Ladies, do we think the same way? Are we thinking the same thing? Like some of the fellas are saying, you know what? If he went down on her, I can't forgive him. Or some women may be like, you know what? Listen, that's all he did. That's all he did was went down on her. So it's not like they all did it, and they did it. Whether he went down on her only, or what, listen, but again, to each his own. Everybody has to determine what they consider cheating. Know what you consider cheating, because again, some people may say, you know what, listen, I consider cheating when they are intimate, when they lay together. Or some other people may say, you know what, I consider cheating, anything that is sexual. Some people may say, you know what, I consider cheating anything that's sexual, as well as secret conversations or secret meetups. But know ye thine self. Know what your definitions are. Know what you feel know what you think, know what you're going to stand on. And then if you catch somebody violating what you believe in, violating your trust, then be prepared to move accordingly. But I can respect the guy that says, you know what? Listen, this is what I consider unforgivable. This is what I consider my deal breaker in situations like this. I would consider her, uh, giving this man oral. I consider that a deal breaker for me. Now she can lay with him, but if she give him oral, now that's a deal breaker for me. And I'm not mad at that. Like, I'm not mad at some, because that's what's a deal breaker for him. So we got to know what we can and what we cannot tolerate. But for me, I feel like I'm at the point where I don't listen. How many times do you have to come and, babe, I'm okay, look, you be working a lot and you be listen, screw you in this whole freaking situation, Jess. Kick all of the entire rocks. Kick the rocks. Kick all the rocks. Hey, Lawan, how you doing? Leo, you're saying, did she tell him she slobbed on Bob? Yeah, how would he know? Cedric is saying cheating isn't always sexual in nature. I 1,000% agree with you, Cedric. And that's why I said you have to know what your deal breakers are, and you got to know what do you consider cheating? Because again, I consider you standing there, yes, hey, Energy Unlimited on YouTube. Secretly texting. Absolutely. That is absolutely cheating, in my opinion. It can be a total stranger you guys have never met. But if you are having secret conversations, texting, yes, as Energy Unlimited said, I'm gonna stand on business, because it is done. I cannot and I will not deal with this energy and this the craziness. I'm over it. How many times? Because I've been cheated on. And listen, and it's not a good feeling. And back in the day, listen, you all, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not proud of myself. I have clowned and I've showed out and all this other stuff. Not okay, listen, not with the woman, but I had let me just say it did get a little colorful, a time or two. But see, that was back in the day when my knees were good, and I was just able to listen. I was on that west side, like shaking, like, yeah, dipping through them alleys all up on that west. But now, listen, I try to be asleep by 5:30. So I don't have time to do investing. I don't have time for all of the foolery and the shenanigans that I used to have time for. So therefore, I'm just like, okay, I'm sorry's because of infidelity like that is totally falling on deaf ears in today's society for me, in today's space where I am now. Listen, you tell your mama to forgive. Yeah, yes, I forgive your mother for not taking birth control that day, because if she had, I would not have to be sitting here facing you dealing with this heartache. So I don't blame you, sir. I blame your mother. Your mother should have taken the whole pack of ortho, tricycline, birth control pills, and then I wouldn't be here standing here dealing with you. Had your mother not missed the dose. So I don't blame you. No, sir, I don't blame you. I blame your mother. Ma'am, Miss Hattie, I wish that you had to take it. Listen, had you not missed that 6 a.m., had you not missed that 6 a.m. Dose of your pill, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be here crying, looking like a clown. But Miss Hattie, you missed your 6 a.m. dose. Now look, see, had you not missed that dose, I wouldn't be here crying. You know why? Because this bastard here that you got wouldn't even be here. He would listen. He would still be just an egg, just swimming, trying to get freedom that was blocked by the hormones from that birth control pill. But no, Miss Hattie, since you missed that and you laid with his daddy, Now I got to deal with, now I have to deal with the heartache and the ramifications of you missing your pill, Miss Hattie. I think we need to sit down and talk about this, Miss Hattie. That's who I want to talk to. I want to talk to his mother. Okay. I don't want to talk to him. Want to talk to his mother. So hopefully she can help me clarify why her son is so trifling. And that's what I want to know. So I'm like, oh, you cheat? All right. You know what? I'm so nope. Get the pack of my stuff up. What you doing? Calling your mother. Calling my mother? What you mean you calling my mother? What you calling my mother for? So I can find out why you so trifling. That's why I'm calling your mother, to find out why you so trifling. I need to know, why did she not take the pill? Why did she miss that dose? Because see, had she not missed that dose, I wouldn't be standing here contemplating on, what, is it worth risking my freedom? Is it worth, would I win? Would he win? If would it be worth contemplating that whole conversation? Would it be worth contemplating what's going on through my mind? So no, sir, I don't want to talk to you. I want to talk to Miss Hattie. That's who I want to talk to. I want to talk to your mother. I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to talk. I want to talk to your mother with all due respect. So I get on Miss Hattie. Let's, yeah, I love you too. But you know what? We have it. Listen, we're gonna have a breakdown right here, because your son ain't much. And now let me be honest. Listen, we as mothers, we know when we gave birth to somebody that just ain't much. Listen, I will tell you, I know it, and I can't say the relationship because then everybody will know who he is, but a really dear person in my life. And his mother, God rest his soul. But I'm telling you, she was one mother that kept it 1,000% real. And see, she kind of set the catapult, and she set the standard for me early on, at an early point in my life. Matter of fact, I had two mothers that set the standard for me early on in life on how I would expect a man's mother to be. And these two mothers, one of them not here today. God rest her soul. I love that woman so much. But I remember she would have conversations with me, and she used to tell me, she would be like, Jay, I don't know, how do you deal with my son? I don't know. Now, we were not, her son and myself, we were not in an intimate relationship. But she would always tell me, but we were so tight. Like, sometimes people thought that we were together, but we were not together. We were just really cool. But she would tell me, she's like, I don't understand. How do you deal with my son? Because I would have been unalived him. I would have been fed him some dog food. I would have been, because he's just like his daddy. And his daddy ain't much. His daddy wasn't much. That's how, and she just would give the whole rundown of the whole entire family. And that kind of made me, like, oh, this is what mothers do. So I always would expect other mothers to, hold their sons to the standard that this woman held her sons to. But I find out, listen, years later, found out, listen, some of these mothers, they lie worse than they sons do. It'd be like, you know what, ma'am, now look, you just listen, I don't know who's worse, you or your son. Like, which one? Now listen, I knew a mother and son duo that, baby, listen, I don't know which one the streets ran in their blood worse, the son or the mother, but I'm just like, woo, you couldn't catch up with her. You couldn't catch up with. I'm just like, woo, they both had my head spinning. But you have to decide what works for you, what doesn't work for you. But when you find out Stick to whatever it is that your deal breakers are. Stick to it. And you know what? You have to be, like they say, you have to be prepared to stand on business. When you make a decision, if you, like me, I'm over cheating. You can't sit up, there's no amount of apologies. Like, there's nothing. Like, apologize and then, okay, keep it moving. I can accept an apology. I am not like, I would not be bitter or scorned, but just because I accept an apology doesn't mean that, oh, well, access is granted, re-granted into my life. No, you've showed me who you are. I got it. I believe you, and I'm good on you. I don't wish you no ill. I don't wish you no nothing bad. I just wish one thing, that you continue to stay away from me. That's the only thing I wish. I don't wish nothing else, nothing bad, nothing. Well, besides, like I said, wanting to talk to Miss Hattie and Miss Gladys to figure out why they missed that dose of the birth control. But outside of that, I don't have nothing else negative or bad to say. Cedric is saying, hurry, Cletus. Oh, Hercules. Lawan is saying cheating might be a DNA trait that someone, and cheating is, listen, cheating definitely runs in some of these people blood. It does. Lawan, you are right. Cheating. We got to figure out. I may do some research on that and figure out which gene carried the cheating foolery. Which gene is identified and said, you know what? He's gonna be trifling like his daddy. Or this gene, this XYNO021 infinity, yeah, she's gonna be a streetwalker like a mama. You know, which gene predetermines that? We have to do, you all, let's get together and let's do some research on that, because we need to know, so then we can start having these people have their blood drawn. So if it's predetermined in your blood workup, so when we get that blood workup to make sure you are clean from STDs or STIs or whatever, we also want to run your DNA and make sure you're not a cheater, or you're not a streetwalker like your mother, or a trifling cheater like your daddy. We need to make sure that those things. Lawan, I'm so glad you brought up a great point. We got to see what type of trifling foolery is running through your veins. We definitely have to. So, Lawan, that was a really great point. Cheating might be a DNA trait from somebody in the family. Oh, you listen, because I know it's a couple of traits in my family. I ain't gonna tell y'all, I'm not gonna tell all my family business, because I got to go home with these people and I gotta sit around. I got to have dinner with them. So I cannot be spreading my family's business like that, because do you know how uncomfortable that is to be not spreading somebody's business, and then you got to go and sit down at the Thanksgiving table, and then everybody know that you done, so you just gonna sit up here and just gonna act like you wasn't just on there just spreading all our business. And I said to myself, this year I wasn't gonna be spreading my family's business like that, because I can't be sitting up there looking at them and then knowing like, hey, they done, they didn't heard what I said. That's why I be careful about mentioning people names, you all. It's so much juice I be wanting to tell y'all, but I say, you know what? I'm gonna do the right thing. I changed, I turned over a new leaf, and I said, you know what? I'm gonna do right. I'm not going to be, spreading everybody's business like that, unless they give me a reason to spread their business. But listen, speaking of spreading business, what do you all think about this? Divorced women, why do you still carry your husband's last name? Like, when you get divorced and you're still carrying, you're still using your marital name. Is there a particular reason why? Like, is it hard? And I don't know. I've always had my last name. I didn't quite make it to the altar. I got right there to the preacher, and then I looked, I was like, oh shoot. I turned around, went back in the dressing room. So I never changed my name. But I want to know, what would be the benefit of keeping your husband's last name? Unless only thing I can think of is if you've branded that name, if you've built a brand around that name then I can see, you know what? No, I ain't gonna like animate like Tina Turner, animate Bullock. She's like, listen, I'm gonna keep my name. That I'm gonna keep my name. Listen, you can take everything else, but I'm gonna keep my name. So I understand it from that standpoint. If you've built a business or a brand around it, but if you haven't built anything around it, like I don't understand. Like I don't think I would want to keep my ex-husband's last name. I just right now, again, if I built a brand around it, then for business purposes, I'm keeping that name. But if just for sentimental value, what caused us to get divorced? If there's no sentiment, if we're divorced, there's no sentimental reason. So there would be no reason to keep the last name if that, if we're divorced. But I don't know, what do you guys think about that? What are some reasons outside of it being for branding of a business? That's the when Cedric is saying business purposes, that's the only thing that I can think of. But also, like, if depending on how long the couple have been married, then it may be a lot of things, outside of just a business brand, but houses and property and things like that that's in that name. And I'm sure it will be a headache to, go and undo all of that. So that might be, a reason. But what I would do if I couldn't legally change it because of all of those things, I would go back to using my maiden name. Now I would, like, business wise, like when I officially sign official things, then I would keep that name. But to the world, you will address me as Miss Vance. That's what you would address me as. You will not address me as the reason why I'm back over here out in these single streets. You will not address me by that man's name. I will not. Only business purposes. Nobody will know but me and how I sign my check, or whoever, the credit card and all this other stuff. Those will be the only people that know why the name is, the name has not been changed. But everybody else will definitely have to refer to me by my maiden name. Cedric, you're saying, and for her children. What do you mean by that? So, or her kids can, what does her name have to do with her kids' name? And I guess I guess I can understand by being married and then your kids don't change their name. Just change your name is the only one that has to change. And it's like going through a divorce and having your parents divorce, that can be a lot. Like, it's a lot, and if you don't sit down and explain it to the kids, then kids are often left confused and not understanding what's going on. Because back in the day, listen, parents would split up, divorce and all this. And listen, you got the spiel. Stay in the kid's place. Well, listen, yeah, I'm all for kids staying in the kid's place. But when you make a huge shift like that in your life, it not only affects you, but it affects your kids. If you got kids, then that statement, you got to stay in the kid's place, that's no longer valid in a situation like that when you have kids and what your decision has affected those kids. You cannot, tell them stay in the kid's place. We ain't gonna be able to do that. But I just wanted to know, what do you guys think about, why would a woman keep her ex-husband's last name outside of, building a brand, or, just for business purposes? Why would one keep their last names? Now, listen, speaking of keeping the last names and the kids, this guy right here, I don't know if he makes this content because he wants to get very dirty and unhealthy and toxic things emailed to him or instant message to him. But this man says the truth hurts. He says he doesn't need acceptance from children to date their mother. You heard, he said, listen, her kids don't have to like him in order for him to date the mother. What do you all think about that statement? Ladies, mothers, what do you all think? Me and fellas that are out here dating, and you're dating a single mother, what do you think about this statement? This man is saying, listen, her kids don't have to like me. Her kids don't have to accept me. I'm here for the mother. I don't need to be involved with the kids. The kids don't have to accept me. The kids don't have to like me. I'm not here for the kids. I'm here for the mother. What do you all think about that? Is that a valid statement? Is that a statement that, you know what, you can say, you know what, listen, I'm with him on that. I am with him on that. He's not there for the kids. He's there for the mother. So whatever the kids feel about him, that's their business. They ain't got to like him, but they're going to respect him. Now, as being a mother, thank God. Oh, my son, his birthday was yesterday. Happy belated birthday, son. My son is just so dope. But let me tell you, grown and got his own and living his own best life. But hearing this statement from this man, I will say this. I can respect his stance, but I would also, me as a mother, I would stay away from someone like that. That would not be a good fit for me and my family, just based upon, in my opinion, his callous attitude towards kids. So that would be somebody that would be a red flag for me, because if I have a kid and you're telling me, which I appreciate, that I want to be told, so we can both move around, so we can both know that, you know what, yeah, this will not be a good fit for us because I have a kid and you feel a certain way about kids. I can respect that. Is he wrong for that? I'm not going to say he's wrong, because that's his requirement. That's his standard, and he has a right to want that. But you also have a right to know what's good to bring into your life, when to hold them and when to fold them. You got to know, when is it good to move around and when is it safe to proceed. That statement, if you are a single mother, that would not be a dude that you would be safe with your children to proceed forward with, because he's already letting you know that he doesn't have room in his heart for your children. He doesn't have, so that means he's not going to try to win them over. He's not going to try to be pleasant to them. He's going to tolerate your children. Now, if you, as a mother, who wants to be around somebody that's going to tolerate their children? I'm good. You can miss me with that. I can be single and happy and raise my kids, because that's the choice and that's the decision that I made, opposed to putting myself and my children in harm's way when you deal with somebody that's already making it clear to you that, you know what, your kids are not my priority. They will not be my responsibility. And guess what? They're not his priority and they're not his responsibility. So he's right in that sense. But it's a way to say everything and it's a way to do everything. And by him being upfront, just like, again, I would appreciate it and I would respect that being his stance, because again, we can quickly move around. There's no reason for us to even go any further. So again, from that standpoint, I can respect that. I wouldn't push. I wouldn't try to, oh, but my kids are so cute. Like he would love. No, no. Ladies, we got to start listening to what these guys are saying. We got to start listening to what they're not saying. You got to start seeing how they move. If you meet a man and he despises children, or he despises single mothers, or whatever the case is, that might not be a situation you want to entertain, because you're likely to get hurt and you're likely to put your kids in a situation in which they themselves may get hurt as well. Lawan is saying not valid. If the children don't approve of the new person, there will be drama. Cedric is saying that's a negative. Leo is saying, well, if her kids don't like me and or I like her kids don't like me, oh no, we can't be together. I don't have that problem because I don't have kids. And that's a good point, Leo, because again, when you're dating somebody, it gotta be both ways. Now, I will tell you, now listen, I will say this. Some kids, some little kids are, some kids are little snots, some kids, got the 666 behind, some women have given birth. Listen, Chucky, Jason, Freddy Krueger, they all had mothers at one point. So it's a woman gave birth to them, and it's a woman somewhere that loves them. Okay. But that don't mean that they are for the general population. They probably only they got them personalities that only a mother could love. So we got to be honest. There are some kids that are like that, and it can be very, very challenging, to say the least. But if you are a man that knows, like, you know what, listen, I can't deal with women with kids. Don't get involved with women that got kids. But it's not fair to get involved with a woman that has kids and then make a crazy statement like that. Well, her kids ain't got it like me. I'm here for her. Sir, listen, hush. Hush, hush, hush. Because that will lead into the next hot topic, where a man says, listen, the child's father says that, you know what, listen, a woman, listen, what do you guys think about this statement? The woman, a mother is, that a single mom is a package deal, because the guy is saying, listen, she's not a package deal to him. He's only dating her. He's not dating her kids. So what do you all think about that with a single mother? Is she a package deal, or can you separate the mother from her kids? Is that a valid statement to say, you know what, a single mom, she's not a package deal? Listen, I don't like this man is saying, I don't have to accept her kids. I'm here for the mother. I don't have to accept the kids. What do you guys think about that? Because when I hear the package deal, I would say this. A mother is a package deal to anybody. And I know, listen, I know this probably going to upset some folks, but it's true anyhow. A mother is a package deal for anybody but the kid's father. Oh, snap, Jay. What you mean she a package deal for everybody but the ninja that got the pleasure of busting the nut and making them kids? Here's why she's a package deal for everybody else but that guy. Because he doesn't have to be with her in order to be able to be with his kids. So that's why, and I know it's definitely backwards, but that's the only dude that don't have to accept her being in accept that relationship, because they've had their time, they had the kids, it didn't work out for whatever reason, but he's still allowed to be a father without having to be her man. So that's why I say it's not a package deal for the ex-husband, or she's not a package deal for the baby daddy, but she is a package deal for anybody else that she meets. We got to be honest with that, because she's coming with her children, her kid or her children. So if you intend on having something meaningful and real and lasting and moving forward with a woman with kids, then she is a package deal for you, sir. But if you don't like packages and package deals, I'm okay with that too. Don't get somebody that has a package. Don't come with, don't go stop sniffing up behind a chick that got kids, and now you mad because she looks so good and all this and that, but she got kids, a kid or kids, and you don't want that responsibility. And you don't have to. You don't have to. because there are plenty of women out here that don't have kids that you can sniff behind. But the problem becomes men that sniff around women that have kids. And then you all get on this social media platform and y'all show y'all natural behinds. And I don't understand why. I don't understand why you act ugly and act crazy when you see her social media page. Mother of Ray Ray, Nay Nay, Shay Shay, Tay Tay, Baby. You see it all. You still jump in her inbox because that BBL is banging, baby. Them bada bing and bada bang is sitting up. Her waist is snatched. Everything, baby, she got it going. You can see how she got Ray Ray, Baby, Tay Tay, Nay Nay, Fay Fay. You can see how she got them. But now you mad. You jumped in her inbox and you go with the y'all famous line. Good morning, Queen. Good morning. And now you mad. Now, what you mad for? You knew she had kids. You knew she had kids. Now you want to get up on social media. They always with these kids and this and that. Why did you choose her? Why did you choose her? You don't have to choose her. Because here's what you guys got to understand. And this is what's becoming the problem. See, just because you don't want it, that's fine. She's good. What you don't want, somebody else will. So we got to do better with that. We got to just, say, listen, it's not for me. It's a no for me for the kids. But you know what? I wish her well. I hope that she, finds what she's looking for. It ain't me, but I hope she get what she's looking for. And that's fine. Again, I'm not bashing anybody, any man that says dating a woman with kids is not his first choice. I will tell you the same thing. I don't date women with kids either. So I understand where you're coming from. Leo is saying, I think if you want to be in a long-term relationship with a woman with kids, you have to be in a relationship with the kids. But if it's a wham bam one night stand, then hit it and exit stage left. I totally agree with you. Cedric is saying, absolutely, a package deal. It definitely is a package deal. So, fellas, no, you are not wrong for not wanting to be in a relationship with a woman that has kids. You absolutely not. It's your prerogative. But I would say you are wrong for getting in a relationship with a woman that has kids, and then you get up in here and you talk crazy. It's just unheard of. Like, I don't understand what's the purpose of you getting in a relationship with a woman that you clearly know that she got these kids, and then you get an attitude, and then you say, they just want something. No, she wasn't looking for you. You was sniffing in her inbox. She wasn't looking for you. So stay out their inboxes. Cedric is saying, my ex had a daughter before we got married, and she still calls and refers to me as daddy 21 years later. I don't believe in the term step because she is my daughter. Absolutely, Cedric. I definitely commend that. And I definitely feel the same way. Like, I don't believe, in the term step and all this and that, but what I will say is, it's just it's a certain age. I would have to see if I would even be able to, where I'm at mentally. Would I be able to take another kid? Would I be able to deal with somebody else's kids? Because you know what? These people, they extra. Some of these little kids, they mouths are, look, you ain't my mama. Listen. Now I gotta tell you, I know I'm not your mama because your mama raggedy. You see, and these little kids, they don't deserve for you to talk about their parents like that. So that's why I say, you know what, I have to proceed with caution because some of these little kids can definitely take you there, and it'll have nothing to do with you not liking the kids. I just don't like your child. Your child is the devil. Your child got 666 tattooed on the back of their neck, and I'm not going to deal with it. I don't have to deal with Malachi and Rosemary's baby. I'm just not going to do it. Okay. I don't have to. Like, you want to see, I got my kids I got my kids for the weekend. You got these hell raisers over here. You better listen. You better take them, see them spawn, Satan spawn, take them kids back somewhere else. Like, oh, we was having a good time. It's my weekend to get the kids. You know what? I've been meaning to talk to you about you and your kids. Let me tell you something. I'm going to tell you right, and I'm going to say this with all the love that I have in my heart. I love you. This has been real, but your kids are the devil, and I am out. I listen, just every other weekend, they give me, listen, I'm taking prescription meds for my nerves because every time your kids come around, my blood pressure just shoot up. You know why? Because they just all over the place and they just get into everything, and you ain't seen nothing. You ain't seen your kids running through this house like they in Chuck E. Cheese. Kids ain't got no home training. I'll be up in the room packing my stuff up. Babe, where you going? Out of here. Listen, you get them hell raisers up. Look, I can't do it. And see, I can never tell you, you know what? You can't get your kids because that ain't my place. So I would rather remove myself from the situation and keep my sanity. Because see, I know, listen, let me catch you. I'd ask you to stop running through the house and you just say, you ain't my mama. You can't tell me what to do. Oh, I can't. Next time they run through the house, I'm stick my foot out, let them trip. Then, boom. I told you to stop running. Now, see, now I got to go because now I'm your dad. It's going to be some physical stuff because I told you to stop running. And yes, I am petty. I will stick my feet out. I'll put some water right. I told him stop running. Run, slide right through the water. Hit the wall like. And then you got a knot on your head because what? Because I said stop, and you didn't stop, and you gave me a smart aleck remark. Now that's why you got that hickey upside the top of your head. So no, so just know who you are, know how you are in relationships, and whatever you want, have it. Whatever you don't want, leave it alone. But let's not bash the situation because it's not for you. Just because it's not for me. Like dudes with kids, single moms, dudes without kids. Listen, a dude without kids may not be a good match for a woman with kids, especially a woman that says, you know what? Listen, I'm done having kids. Once she tells you that and you know that you have not procreated, you know that your kids are waiting to be born, cockeyed and all, you know that they ready, but she says that she's done, there's no reason to pursue that relationship. I think that that's one of those things that should definitely be talked about. Or if you a dude and you say, you know what, listen, I have kids. I'm done having kids. And you with a woman that does not have kids. More than likely, most women, I'm not saying all, but most women want to have kids. Most women want to be a mom. So if she wants to be a mom and you're a dude that says, you know what, I'm done having kids. I only had kids. I don't plan on having a baby mama. Maybe he was married and it's like, listen, my ex-wife and I had kids. That's all the kids that I'm having. I'm not having any kids. I refuse to be a baby daddy. I refuse to get caught up in a baby mama, baby daddy type situation. I can commend that. But that's not a relationship for a woman that wants to have kids. So we got to know what's for us. Again, before we go getting all falling in love and all of this other ish, listen, it's some conversations and some very important conversations that should definitely be had up front. Guys, we're going to take a short musical break. And when we return, we have more hot topics to get into. Stay tuned. You don't want to miss it. You're listening to the J Spot, where we are strengthening relationships and families, one conversation at a time. Yeah, guys, listen, if you got kids, look, and she ain't got none, don't do it. Don't do it because it gets to a certain point. These women, listen, they, yeah. To reveal my soul, cause I was knowing love, my heart had grown cold, so cold. You had good energy,
in my life and place the joy where was needed. I don't mirage what I feel for you. Put that on God, girl, I'm loving you. Said it's easy. It's easy to love. Easy to love. Said it's easy. It's easy to love. Easy to love. Oh yeah. Yeah. Loving you has always been easy 'cause you're beautiful. Loving you has always been wonderful, more than you'll ever know. We got good chemistry, go together like love says. The passion and care we show one another tops all the rest. The feelings I have for you, I ain't felt in so long. What we share together, baby, the bond is so strong. It's no facade of what I feel for you. Put that on God, I got love for you. Yeah, said it's easy to love. Easy to love. Said it's easy, baby. It's easy to love. Easy to love. Said it's easy. It's easy to love. Easy to love. Said it's easy. So easy to love. Easy to love you. Loving you has always been easy.
Welcome back to the J Spot, where we are strengthening relationships and families, one conversation at a time. Guys, I want to thank you all so much for tuning in. Please do me a favor. Go to our YouTube channel, like and subscribe. That's the J Spot Radio. Go to our Facebook page, like and subscribe us there, the J Spot. Also go to Instagram, like and follow us there. That's the J Spot, guys. J is Jaye for all three. Listen, do me a favor. If y'all want to talk tonight, you know what? I may want to talk to a couple of y'all. If y'all want to talk about any of these hot topics that we are talking about, 708-223-8953. Again, that number is 708-223-8953. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Appreciate you all rocking with us. Now, listen, speaking of rocking with us, what do you all think about this? This man says that there should never be communication with an ex. Let that ish go. What do you all think about that? Is that a valid point? Is that a valid statement? Should you not have any type of communication with an ex? Or are you saying, you know what, listen, it's cool. I mean, as long as y'all ain't doing nothing crazy, I don't see why you can't be friends or have any type of communication with an ex. But what are you all's thoughts on that? Is it okay to have communication with an ex? Or are you guys with this person that's saying, you know what? No communication with an ex. The ex can kick all of the rocks, X, Y, and Z. Kick all of these rocks. What y'all talking about? What you got to have a relationship? What you got to have a conversation or have some contact with this person for? Why? What's the purpose of having any communication with an ex? So my thing is this. Okay. Why? What would be the problem outside of, okay, as long as there's protocols and there's guidelines to have a communication with an ex. Are we always on the phone every single day acting like we are just the best of friends, we BFF, this and that, all this and that? Are we doing that? Do we have that type of situation going on? Or do we have the situation going on where we're like, okay, well, you know what? Listen, we're cool. Like, I mean, we talk, we hang out, or talk every now and then, but my mate or my spouse knows that I'm in communication with my ex. And so there's no problem. Like, because I think that exes can be friends. However, you got to watch them. Now, here's why I say you have to watch them. Because if you got the ex that's still trying to get back with your man and you still trying to get back with your woman, then guess what? Then they are not, there to be friends. They trying to come back in and they trying to feel, they trying to feel the situation out and see, what, do they still have a chance with your boo? That's what they trying to do. But some people are like, listen, you know what? That is just did not work out between us. I don't see why we can't be friends. Like, we can still be friends. We can still be cool because we didn't end on bad terms. I don't have anything against him. I don't have anything against her. Why can we not be friends? Like, we can totally be friends. I don't have to, you know, be enemies with this person, or I can talk to this person. But again, I think it's about the way that we do it. It's a way to be a friend with an ex. It's protocol. Again, if first of all, your mate or your spouse, they need to know. They need to know, because sometimes we can be oblivious to the fact that, they still trying to get back. Listen, he's still trying to get back in there and trying to see if he can knock it out the park one last time. So you got to let him come around your dude, or you got to let your dude kind of sniff the situation out, because they can see that. Other dudes, they can see that. Now, I know some men say, you know what? You can't be friends with an ex because, or you can't have, men and women cannot be friends because, if given the opportunity, he gon', he will sleep with her. And I believe that statement to be 95% true. I believe that. I'm not gonna say that. I don't think 95% of the men-women relationships, I do believe that if the woman gave the dude a shot, he'd go. He'd risk it all if she gave him a shot. If she looked like she was having a distressful moment, if she looked like she could fall on it, he'd be right there, laying back, ready to laying back, ready to catch her when she fall. He'd do it. I think 95%. Listen, so fellas, I'm siding with you all. I do believe that 95% of men would definitely do that. I think that they'd be right there. Listen, come on, yeah, girl, fall right on this shoulder right here. Fall right on this hard shoulder right here. I do believe that. So that's why I'm like, you know what? Sometimes you got to have them around your dude so your dude can kind of fill them out if it's feasible. And again, if it's nothing funny going on. But as being a female friend with, I don't have a lot of exes, y'all, because I don't like people like that. But like, I do my best to not break up on bad terms. But I wouldn't say friends is friends would be I wouldn't go as far as saying friends, but I would say cordial. But but it's like you have to know who you are. So it's like, if you know that you're for the streets, don't sit up here and try to be these folks' friends, because you ain't right. If you know that it's you. If you know that you got a home wrecker spirit, stay away from these feet. Stay away from these folks. Stop trying to be friends, because you don't have a sincere body. You are not interested in being a friend. You just interested in tearing that ish up. You just interested in blowing that spot right on up. So you stay away from the situation. So do I think that all exes can be friends? No. I believe that it depends on how the situation and how the relationships ended. And then who's involved? Like, are people like the people exes, if you're not mature enough to be, some people are just not. Let's just be honest. Some people cannot be friends, and that's okay. Now, is it okay to be sitting up here calling your ex every day? We on the phone, we finna hang out. Why? If you doing all that, then what you need me over here for? I would say you can have communication with a person if they texting you happy birthday, happy Kwanzaa, Merry Christmas. I'm cool with that. But if That's one type of communication. And I would be cool with that. But the communication that would raise an eyebrow would be the good morning, queen. Good morning, king. Every day. Like, what's that all about? Good night, king. How was your day? How you feeling? How, like, now all that constant communication, what do you need that for? Like, because that's what I'm here for. I'm the friend, I'm the partner. What do you need all that excessive communication? So that's what I would say that I would have an issue with, and it would raise an eyebrow, is excessive conversation, excessive communication. But if, again, if we see each other outside or in public, I'm going to greet you. I can hi, I can hug, whatever, handshake, whatever we feel is okay at the moment. Like, I'm okay with doing that. But again, it's the consistency that would be a problem for me. Cedric, you're saying exactly. That's up to you for establishing the boundaries. Leo is saying, what man or woman would really be cool with you talking to an ex? No, that's not cool. Well, as I said, I mean, and I can understand that, Leo, no pushback from me, but I'm going to talk. I'm going to talk to my ex. I'm going to talk to whoever I want to talk to because I can. Because I can, especially if we didn't end on crazy terms. I'm going to talk to you. Like, I don't got no bit unless I'm in a place where, you know what, I haven't healed yet. And I'm like, oh, I can't stand his raggedy guts. Then of course we're not going to talk. I have no, cause I'm still brewing from the foolery. So no, I don't want to talk to you. But once I'm done brewing and stewing in the foolery, if you decide to say hello or text and say, how you doing? I will respond. But if I'm still brewing and I'm still upset, kick rocks. You ain't choked on nothing yet. Like, why are you texting me? That's how I feel. It's the excessive communication that would be an issue for me. Hey, Peterson, how you doing? That's what would be an issue. But I wouldn't have a problem, again, with my guy saying, you know what? Yes, Jay, such and such, just hit me up, just to see how I was doing. And I would also, now I don't know how you guys feel about this, but just in the spirit of being transparent, like, I wouldn't want to be like keeping that, or fellas, and let me know this next statement I'm about to say, let me know, would this be too much information? Because this is just how I would be, depending on who and how my partner would react. I would be like, hey, and I would bring it up like, oh, such and such reached out to me today just to see how I was doing, nothing crazy. We still talk from time to time, he, checking to see how my family was doing. I check to see how his family doing. And that's that. Or are y'all going to say, you know what? Nah, Jay, keep that itch to yourself. Keep that ish to yourself. If there's no reason to reach out to his ex, his mama, and see how his mama doing. If you wanted to see how his mama was doing, you should have stayed over there in that relationship with him. Don't come over here texting no another man, asking him how his mama doing, asking him how his daddy doing. And I'll be sitting wondering like, well, why? I mean, we were cool. I still like his mother. His parents are still, nice. Now, if you got somebody and they not there, they not vibrating there, then I wouldn't tell them all that, because they, that your guy or your lady, they frequency is, it's always some interruption. This channel has been, they got a little interruption, and, the communication and the understanding, sometimes it don't level up. Sometimes it don't match. So you got to know your partner and know who you're dealing with. But just the simple fact, hey, Energy Unlimited, you're saying facts. If just the simple fact of us being able to simply communicate, again, I don't see a problem with that. But it would be the excessive communication that I personally would have a problem with. Like, why every day you texting my man? What you texting my man for every day? Every single, okay, he told you yesterday He was fine. What did you texting him for the next day for? Now, see, that's what would be a problem or an issue for me. The excessive communication. But the every now and then, the every blue moon communication, I don't think I would have an issue with the every blue moon communication. Like that would be okay with me, depending upon what it is that you're saying. If you're just wishing, again, happy holidays, whatever, all of that, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with the occasional how you doing? Now, am I the ex that would reach out and see how you're doing? I'm not. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not the ex that would reach out because I'm petty, you all. I'm just petty. So, like, in my mind, when we're done, we're done. So I wouldn't reach out. But if you reach out to me again and I'm not upset, I'm not still upset or in my feelings, then I will respond appropriately. I would respond, but I'm not going to reach out and just ask you how you're doing because I wouldn't care. Like I can't say that, oh yeah, I wonder how he's doing. Let me check. No. He ain't doing good because he ain't with me. That's just how I think. He ain't doing dope because he ain't over here with me. So I'm doing dope, you doing dope because we over here doing dope things together. But they not feeling good. They not dope because they not over here with me. That's just how I look at it for me. And don't you say nothing smart to me in the comments, okay? Nobody say nothing smart. Just say, go carry on, Jay. Just carry on. Just say that's just all I want to hear is just carry on, Jay. Whether you believe me or not, or if you feel like I'm living in fairyland, just say carry on, Jay, and that's what I'm gonna do. So you ain't got to agree with me. Just say amen and move on. Okay, that's what we're gonna do. But I wouldn't be like, oh, let me look and see how such and such is doing. I don't do that. I'm going to focus on my current situation and I'm going to figure out and do my best to not become an ex for, make a problem for my current situation because we're exes for a reason. So why would I mess up what I got going on now trying to keep in contact with you? I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. So I'm going to mess up all my Mr. Good Bar over here. I'm going to mess up my whole good thing over here trying to still be friends with you. Not going to do it. Not at all. Wild horses could not drag it out of me, Paul. I'm not doing it. So I'm not going to mess up my Mr. Good Bar trying to keep in contact with an ex that obviously things ended for a reason. We are exes for a reason. And so I'm not going to mess it up. But again, cordial, every now and then communication, I'm okay with that. But what we not going to do is sit up here and be texting every day like we are BFFs because you going to have a problem. If that's every day and that's what you think and that's what you believe is acceptable, then you're probably going to have a problem in your relationships because you're focusing on the wrong thing. You're focusing on something that's old and over with, and you're focusing on that maybe because you are at a point where you are sitting here like, okay, well, listen, we sitting up here, we're doing it this way. We had something good, and you might be sitting up there just waiting, lingering in the thing, but that ain't the case. So guys, listen, we're gonna take a short musical break. And when we return, we have more hot topics to get into. Stay tuned. You don't want to miss it. You're listening to the J Spot, where we are strengthening relationships and families, one conversation at a time. Yeah, you just talk to them guests. You talk to these.
You prove me wrong. This ain't a regular love thing. It's that waking out your sleep with me massaging your feet. Yeah. It's that anything you want. I'm only here to please you. Baby, you're my command. Your kiss sends me a shot of dopamine. never had an interest in love until I met you. And I don't know if it's real or is it just a phase I go through, but I feel that it's true. We don't need no labels, baby. What we got is something different. We don't need no labels, baby. Lady, we don't need no labels to show that what we have is something special. For sure. I don't feel it's a one night stand. It's that look you in your eyes. Say love in paradise. A one night stand. It's that sweep you off your feet. Give you everything you need. Love. That's what I'm feeling. It's that don't pick up the phone, 'cause we wanna.
Welcome back to the J Spot, where we are strengthening relationships and families, one conversation at a time. Guys, I want to thank you all so much for tuning in. Please do me a favor, you all. Go right now. Go to YouTube, like and follow and subscribe to our channel, the J Spot Radio. Go to Facebook, like and follow us there, the J Spot. Go to Instagram, like, follow us there at the J Spot, guys. J is Jaye for all three. Listen, turn on the notification bells, boop, 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 for all platforms. Now, listen, it's just me up in here. Just me. I've been up here talking crazy all night. But sitting next to me, you all, we have esthetician.
Hey.
Chandler.
Oh.
Mother of a group of cool dudes.
Hey, y'all.
And little lady. Ooh. Lady Lotus. How's it going?
Girl, I'm trying to survive like number Johnny 5.
Gots to be more careful.
I'm on day 15. Day 15.
How's it going?
I'm hungry. I'm sleepy. It's like you going from dark outside to not eat. I'm fasting for Ramadan, y'all, but it's a toll. And
listen,
driving through traffic. Woo.
I still have not recuperated from
water on my face. Is tempting me.
Oh, you can't
have no food, no water until the sun sets today at Ramadan. I don't even know what time the sun
look, here's the thing. Now, my thing is this:
6:56. I can eat and drink some water.
Listen. I'm not gonna tempt nobody because listen, it's real. It's real out here. That fasting. Listen, I'm gonna be, having a little conversation with y'all here and there, but it's like that hour I have not recuperated. I'm like, listen, I still need my hour. I need that time back because
you know what? I'm slow. I'm gonna just put this out there, y'all. You know how Martin told Gina and stuff be floating around on the outside of the head. I could not figure out why people keep saying I'm losing an hour of sleep. I lost sleep. And I'm like, how did you lose sleep? It went from 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock. It wasn't clicking that from 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock, you lost that time in the middle. To me, my day, I looked at it as my day is longer. I have more time in my day to do things. And then I'm getting daylight longer.
No,
I was excited about that. And I mean, I had 2 conversations. And when I had them 2 conversations, it dawned on me, girl, the 1 to the 2 was the sleep that was gone. But I don't sleep anyway.
Yeah, we took that young L. I'm gonna tell you, listen, for those of us that intend on getting some sleep, we took a doggone L. But listen, you know what? Speaking of taking L's, now what do you all? Again, the struggle sometimes, you all, it be real. It truly is. The struggle be real. Now look. This guy said, listen, see, you know what? I know, fellas, y'all might be saying, you know what, Jay, you've been on us all night. You got to give us something, give us some foolishness, because I know the men are not the only ones on here talking crazy. You got to give us something for the women. You know what? And I was going to give y'all something for the men, but you know what? I'm going to give y'all something for the ladies. Now listen, where the ladies is talking crazy. This lady, she friend zoned this guy for 7 years. He was sitting over there just sniffing up behind her for 7 years. She thought he wasn't gonna never leave. Until he smashed her best friend. He broke her best friend in. Now she can't get over it. Is he wrong? Is the best friend wrong? Because again, he was friend zoned for 7 years until he rearranged her best friend. He tied her best friend in the pretzel. He tied her best friend in a knot. Now she can't get over it because she just knew he was gonna always be there. Who's wrong? Who ye say? What you say, Lady
I
Lotus?
don't think nobody wrong. Sure, this your life. Do what you want to do, shawty. You didn't claim him. You didn't take him. You strung that man along. And he finally said, forget it. And your little homegirl was like, girl, if you don't want him, I'll take him because he surely is a good man. And she swooped on in and was like, oops, got him.
As she should.
You snoozed. You lost. You want to do like be a man. You want to string somebody along while you go playing with every Tom, Dick, and Harry. And he just hearing all of the stories because he what? He a friend.
Oh, my goodness. Yes. Listen.
She probably calling him like, I'm hungry. Can you bring me something to eat?
And he used to bring it. Yeah.
Girl, he on his way to your friend's house. I ain't mad at none of them. She need to just go take a chill pill and accept it.
Listen,
she gonna be mad at the wedding.
Oh, I wouldn't even be able to invite her to the wedding because listen, she's sitting up there got rocks in her jaws like that. But this would
that's
make
your best friend though. You got to. That's
this
your best
would
friend.
make.
She gonna have to come with her
know.
rocks. She gonna have to come with her rocks in her jaws.
I don't know. So you don't think that would change a best friend's dynamic?
I mean, that's how you set up. I'm just, you know me, I'm the realest of the friends. You set up here been stringing this man along for 7 years. And while he been your friend, he been my friend.
Jeez. So
now we, done decided that we wanted to do the little flippity floppity and he not going to be waiting around for you no more, friend. So, I'm sorry if your feelings is hurt, but you got him, and him. We got a strong connection over here.
Woo, child. I don't know. That was just, listen, Cedric is saying nope. Hey, Lord Tanae. Cedric is also saying jang-a-lang, 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 jang-a-lang. Yeah, jang-a-lang.
Jang-a-lang, jang-a-lang.
Listen, Cedric, you already knew I was going to be able to pronounce it and say it just how you typed it. Jang-a-lang, jang-a-lang, jang-a-lang. But I don't know. That would be very uncomfortable. Now, what I will say is, if by chance I started having feelings for somebody that my friend had in the friend zone, for me, I think that logically thinking, before I made a move like that, I would definitely say something to her.
Of course. But that's
I wouldn't.
I'm not asking your permission.
I'd be like, girl, look, let me say, I'm telling, why you keep on doing Tom like that, man? Because I'm low key. I'm starting to feel Tom, and I would just want to see what her reaction. I don't know.
I'm gonna need for you to not start it like that though.
Okay, so how should I start?
Look, I don't know what's going on with you and Tom, homie, but we've been kicking it and hanging out with each other, and we starting to kind of like each other. Is that okay with you? Is you good with that?
He touching on my private parts.
No, I'm gonna talk to her. We're gonna talk about this before the private parts even get started. Because depending on how this friendship is, I do value my friendships.
Right.
But what we not gonna do is act like I'm sleeping with your man when you ain't did nothing with him. When you ain't, y'all might have kissed in the 7th grade, but we in our 30s now.
So do you think so, Leah? But you know what, you brought up a good point. So do women think that men in their friend zone are their man?
If you in my friend zone, according to Lakeisha's source, we talked about this some odd sessions ago. If I'm keeping a man around that's in the friend zone and I like him, he's only there because I'm waiting. He's like my last resort. He's my in the pocket. He's like,
then so technically he should be off. He's off limit to your girl.
Not really, because I probably won't even tell my girl. Like, I ain't gonna say he off limits. He's just right there. Like, he's still free base. Like, he might go find him somebody else. If it's not my friend, this man gonna date somebody else.
He can date somebody else.
But if I'm like, if I really, really like this dude and I feel like can't nobody else have him, he's not friend zoned. You dumb for friend zone and somebody you really like just to go play with people you don't really like. That's stupid to me. So if he's over here in the friend zone, and I'm like, hey, I'm hungry. Can you bring me something to eat? And he bring it. I'm either using you as a friend or, just in case this dude mess up, I know you right here.
Ladies, I'm going to say this is tread ye lightly over there. Tread ye lightly because
some friends.
I don't know. Listen, Cedric going to say we juiced.
Put your clothes on or your clothes off, Cedric. Was you humping or was you juicing?
Listen,
there's a difference. There's levels to juicing. Was juices flowing or was you just like hunching with your clothes on?
We just was touching each other private parts and just,
I still feel like if it's going that far, then I would be like, no, homegirl, don't do that.
I don't know what I don't think I wouldn't feel comfortable with that. I'm just gonna say, you know what? I'm not gonna. It's a no for me on that one because if he in the friend zone and we friends, I'm telling you all about him. So all of his. Listen,
he my friend too. We all friends.
No, if he got a schlong dong because I told you got a schlong dong.
How you know? You just his friend.
But he in the friend zone because again we probably are touched on each other private parts. But I don't want to be with him because I think it's something else out there. But like you say, he in my just in case pocket.
In the just in case pocket.
And that just in case pocket, which means that you still somewhere got some. It could go either way.
That's not fair. He could be her king. He could just be that. And you over here blocking his blessing and you blocking your friend blessing because you need him in the corner pocket.
She need to find her own blessing. That's my blessing.
That's not your blessing. That's your backup plan.
But he still could be. He could move. He could move from being the backup plan.
That is not how you
start. He can move to the head of the class.
That is not how you start a wonderful relationship.
That's what he hanging around for. He hanging around hoping that he go from being.
So what happened after you done friends on him for 7 years, and then you finally let him in the door, and then he hit it and he quit it because you done made him sit here and wait 7 years, and he conquered and he destroyed.
I know where his mama live. I know where he buy his dog food from. I know what he think about his fish. I know all of that.
I said this the other day.
That would not be wise.
And I got looked at like I was crazy and was told that's not right. If you hurt me, I'm gonna hurt you. Because the cat scratched me. No, he bit me.
Yeah, your cat crazy.
Blue Moon bit me. He don't like to be touched. Like he not one of those like cuddle with me cats. And so I was rubbing him and he bit me. And I was like, I'll bite your little back. So daddy goes, no, she not. I said, I thought you knew me. I thought you knew me very well. I will bite that cat back.
Listen, don't do nothing to me that you wouldn't want me to do to you.
Y'all want me to tell you how to bite your cat or your dog when they bite you? You just get a t-shirt and you just put it over the fur and you bite them. If your kid bite, listen here, this is my friend. If your child bite me and I come and I tell you that your child done bit me, on strike 3, I'm biting that little joker back.
Boy, I will pluck you. So
I'm not gonna pluck you. I'm gonna do to you what you did to me. Do unto ye as ye has done to me.
Hey, Dewan, he's saying real talk on YouTube. Y'all, it's cracking on YouTube tonight, so definitely make sure you all go over there. But look, for me, it's hands down. It's a no. If he's in the friend zone, I would not want to talk.
I'm hunching him.
I would not want. I'm not gonna want him to talk to my friends if he's in my friend zone because my friend, you already know too. Especially if she knows about him and knows what his position is. But would I feel betrayed if he went and got somebody outside of my circle? No, I would not, because that was the chance that I took by not bringing him close. But for somebody that's in my circle, I would be like,
I'm punching him.
You know
because
that you know that he could have been next for me to juice, but
you done had 5 boyfriends and you still got him sitting over here in this corner
if he
pocket.
said
And you just letting that little long sit
if
there.
he
I'm
gonna
hunching
sit
him.
there, if he
I
gonna
won't
sit
be in a
there,
relationship with him. I won't marry him. I'm gonna hunch him. I'm gonna test the waters. Then I'm gonna come back and let you know, girl, he didn't even know what he was doing. He got all that stuff.
Cedric gonna say, I'm gonna pray for you. He talking about you biting that cat. Now listen, guys.
I'll bite the heck out that cat.
Tonight, we are talking about, listen, woo child, how to let go and move on
Let it go.
after a breakup.
Let it go.
Ooh, when I all I can say is I am just thankful for growing in self-awareness and because listen, breaking up and letting go is very, very, very hard to do. Especially like the way people are doing, baby, the way people are doing things today. Oh, Lord, have mercy. Some of these folks are just, again, makes me want to just go talk to their mother and ask their mothers, ma'am, why did you miss your dose of birth control? Because had you taken care of that before conception, I would not be here dealing with this heartache that I'm dealing with now. Some of these folks out here just I'm not gonna lie. I have felt that way a time or two. I'm just like, I don't even blame you. I blame your mother.
Somebody feel that way about me right now.
I blame your mother for not taking her birth control pills on time. I blame your father for not having his pull-out game on point. I blame listen, I'm not gonna lie. I have definitely had that conversation with myself. I'm just like, that's all right. That's all right. But at this point, I feel like in the 30 plus age range, I feel like it's safe to say that we have all at one point or another have been broken up with. Amen. Amen. Listen, so did you know, the point is, have you ever been in a relationship, and didn't know beforehand that you were breaking up? Like,
no. Who know they gonna get broken up with unless somebody comes to them and say it. But in our world where I come from, people aren't honest and they don't say, I'm not feeling you anymore. I just want to break up. I have told people, I am sorry that I made it so hard for you to leave me. I'm so sorry. It's my fault. I take blame. I am such an awesome girlfriend that buy you clothes and buy you shoes and buy you watches. I made it so hard for you to break up with me. I am so sorry. Bye.
hot dog, you see that? Just like that.
Bye.
Just like that. Now, I'm more of an easier person. Like, I don't know, but I guess maybe I'm not. Okay, it was one time that I was real. I'm like, ooh, child. But that was like I think I've only had one crazy breakup. That was the wedding breakup. That's probably, listen, that probably put me.
That's a whole nother conversation right there.
That I think that about tops everything. That's like how much. Well, yeah, you only did one, but look at the one you did. Look at what you did when you did it.
Listen,
so
as long as you ain't leave me standing at no altar, we good, because I will set this place on fire. Y'all thought Adele was mad. You thought Left Eye was mad.
So that's the only thing. But you know what? But there are some signs, though. I think that there are some signs that, you know what, this thing is coming to an end. So here are a few signs. Listen, according to an online source, here are a few signs that you're headed for a breakup. Listen, you may not be breaking up with them, but that breakup train is definitely coming your way. So take heed, and you may want to pay attention. Listen, they become distant and their tone is short and curt. They rude and they just don't care anymore. They don't care how they talk to you. They don't care how they treat you.
That sounds like how a woman acts.
They don't listen. They go from they don't return your phone calls like they used to. They don't answer your text messages.
No.
Listen, they just don't.
I don't like you.
They just don't anymore. That's a sign that you're headed that way. They become unavailable. At first, y'all was doing things, y'all all booed up, Netflix and chill, going out, having fun. Now it's like, you like, dang,
I got a game tonight.
we ain't hung up. We ain't hung out in 2 weeks. 2 weeks turned. Listen, if that 2 weeks turned to a month, just y'all done. It's over.
It ain't even turning into no month for me.
It's over. Your relationship is different. You can feel it. Like you might not be able to pinpoint it, but it's just like, that uneasy feeling that you get in your the pit of your stomach. It's just like,
It's when you look him in his eye and you say, "Are we okay?" Because it feels a little weird. Like it just don't feel right.
listen, everything, when you head into a breakup, everything is different. The energy is off. The hugs are different. At first, they were embracing hugs. Now you lucky if you get a church hug. The kisses don't lie. That song, Kisses Don't Lie,
Ooh.
it does not lie. The kisses is different. Oh, and let's not talk about the intimate sessions. Baby,
Quick and done.
that is like, you listen, they gotta go by. First, listen, you was drowning them at first. Now they like, dang, what's going on? It's a shift. Things have shifted. Who's to blame? Listen, there's a change. Somebody somewhere is doing something and something ain't right. And this thing is about, you get all those signs, it's a derail. This train is about to derail at any moment. Now, listen, it's not written in stone, but listen, there is a strong possibility that it ain't gonna be too much longer. So now you get to the point, you've gotten all these signs and stuff, and then you know what? You just wake up one day and it's done. Here, I hope you get the closure that you need. Wait, what? Now the relationship,
They don't even say that.
is
just
over.
gone.
They ghost you. They do all of this crazy stuff, but never have a conversation with you. Or even if they do, even if you are lucky enough to get somebody that will sit down and have a conversation with you and tell you that it's over, how do you let go? How do you let go and move on, especially when you still love them? It's over. So they over with it. They don't went through their process of getting over with it. They're being fed up and they're breaking up with you. They've already went through the motions. But now it's on you. Now that it's over, you're just like, God, like, what do I do? Like, you still constantly trying to call them and talk to them and, reach out. Where do we go? What can I do? Well,
Nothing.
Flag on the play. Flag on the play. That is a lot of times, that's a lot of people's first instinct. What did I do wrong?
What's wrong with me?
What if you didn't do anything wrong? What if it's just, this was not the relationship for you? This was not the person for you? Or, you know what? Our time together is up. This was just seasonal. A lot of times we get caught up because we be wanting it to be lasting forever, because sometimes one person may be having a better time in a relationship than the other person. And so the person that ain't really having that dope of a time, they ready to exit, but now it's you're stuck there with your feelings.
It's hard to feel that way when somebody else already gave themselves the chance to mourn the loss. You already done got over me. So now I got to sit over here. So now, because you didn't communicate, you didn't tell me what was going on. You didn't tell me your feelings was changing, or I wasn't that person, or you saw something shiny and you wanted to play with that. So now I got to sit over here and I am going to go through what's wrong with me. what did I do wrong? And that person is not going to be man enough or woman enough to tell you what was wrong, because they done slowly but surely, like in your face, kind of ghosted you. Because like you said, everything dwindles down until it gets to the point where they're not even there anymore. So now it is. Now you got to mourn the loss. But then after you know what? I'm jumping ahead. But after you mourn the loss, you just got to remember what's at the end of the rainbow. The glow up.
Pot of gold.
The glow up. Because they always want to know, she wasn't doing that when I was with her. Because we glow up.
And that's what you're supposed to do. And it's just like, again, being in a situation and being broken up with when you like, wait, what? Or you still loving them, or you're still wanting to be with them. When I say you, that is one of the worst feelings to ever be in. That's one of the worst situations. That's one of the worst kind of heartbreaks to have to deal with. But according to an online source, here are some tips to let go and move on. And now listen, I'm gonna tell you like this. I'm gonna be real with you. It's not easy. I'm not gonna lie. It's not easy. Sometimes I'm gonna tell y'all what the online source say, but I'm gonna tell you this. Sometimes it's gonna take a whole lot of crying, a whole lot of talking to yourself, and a whole lot of resisting the desire and the urge to call them and to text them and to reach out to them. Stay off these folks' social media pages. Stop looking and trying to see what they doing. You might have to just unfriend them or block them on all social media, but there's no purpose in constantly torturing yourself by looking at them and looking at and keeping up with their lives and trying to see what it is that they're doing. You got to move on. But how to let it go, according to the online source: accept the truth and be thankful. Realize that it's over and focus on picking up the pieces of your life. Distance yourself from them for a while. Leave them alone, period. We ain't friends. Listen, this ain't the time to be trying to be no friends with no ex. We not friends. We can't kick it. And I definitely don't care about what happened to the dog or the cat. If we had something together, I don't care. Fried, I was going to say something else. Fried, poison it, something, whatever you want to do with it. I know I don't care about it. I'm just saying. Focus, like Lady Loda said, focus on glowing up. Focus on whatever. Focus on doing hobbies, different things.
Focus on loving yourself, because to me, that's a big part of. I love this person more than I love myself, and I had to, dig deep and learn that. If I love myself, you don't want to be with me. I know my worth. I know I'm an amazing woman. I know it. I don't care how long we've been together. I don't care how you feel or what you do. I am amazing.
Yes.
I am an amazing friend. And if you don't want to be around me, then deuces. Because one thing I can tell you is when I'm gone, you're gonna miss me.
Listen, you gotta also change the people that you hang around with. Now, listen, it's sometimes if they hang around with them, listen, I'm sorry, if y'all got mutual friends and y'all cool with each other's families, somebody gotta go. You got to choose ye this day
mama still
who you gonna be around, because I can't be going around and every time I go around, he over your house because he was such a good, he not your brother-in-law no more. He not your friend no more. Don't call that Bama over here. He cannot have none of your pie. What you give him that cake? You ain't giving him that cake. That's my cake. But you can't be like that. He come over here all the time. Well, this is gonna be a year he not coming. He's not welcome to come over here to get no pie, to get no greens, to get no nothing. He cannot come over here at all. Now, that was the online source. Here are some of my tips that I think would be beneficial to get over a relationship. Now, listen, let it go and move on. Get rid of everything. Now, this ain't, if you got kids, you can't get rid of the kids. I'm sorry. The kids, they here to stay. But if they bought you trinkets and things like that, you may want to get rid of those things that are personal reminders. Oh, he bought me this ring. He bought me these earrings. You might have to get rid of some of that, especially the pictures. If you had y'all coupled up together, y'all screensaver. It's time to change that. It's time to change all the reminders. You may, I'm not saying delete everything, but you may want to put it in a hidden folder on your phone so that you don't have to keep seeing all those reminders. Walking back down memory lane, that's not going to help you move on. That's not going to help you let go.
I agree with that, but my trinkets ain't going nowhere.
It might, listen, I've given listen, I'm telling you, all for the sake of peace, I've given some stuff away. Now, you got to make you a love sucks playlist. You got to. So when you right in the middle, you got to go so you can get all that Usher, Let It Burn and all this. And you got to go through that process. You know, sometimes you got to get a little, ladies, and you got to male bash. Dudes, y'all may have to do the same thing. You got to bump that Chris Brown. These H ain't loyal. These ain't loyal.
You gotta
hit it
with the I bust the windows out your car.
You got to do whatever on that playlist that's gonna make you numb your Reiki. You got to put it on there. Listen, again, like I said earlier, if you're connected to them on social media, you may want to nick that, because that's some unhealthy ish to keep following them on social media. Again, you got to focus on every day making yourself better. Stop focusing on what they doing and start redirecting that energy towards yourself. And the biggest thing is that we got to do, you got all that love that you were given to them that they did not appreciate or value. You got to redirect that and give it back to yourself. You got to start loving yourself the way you love them. You got to love yourself that and then some. So look, leave these folks alone, you all. I know it. Listen, Jaye is easier said than done. I love him. I love her. Yeah, I understand you love him. I understand that you love her. But all that love that you have for them, you have to redirect that love and give it back to yourself. And again, like I say, it's okay to cry. It's okay to miss them. It's okay to go through all of that. But I'm going to tell you one thing you better not do. Don't reach out to them folks. Leave them folks alone, because the moment you reach out to them and then, oh, God forbid, ladies, he come over them. He's just coming to smash. Your smash is not going to be a reconnection for him. Oh, he missed me. He see how great I am. It's not that. He going to smash. Once he's deposited, it's back up and he's gone. And guess what? You will be stuck there laying in that puddle with your feelings. Don't do it. Stay away. Break all contact with them until you feel that you're strong enough to be an ex that could possibly be a friend. Guys, listen, I want to thank you all so much for tuning in. Please do me a favor, you all. Go to our YouTube channel, like and subscribe. That's the J Spot. Go to our Facebook page, like and follow us there, the J Spot. Go to Instagram, like, follow us there, the J Spot. Jay is Jaye for all three. Until next time, you all take care of yourselves and each other. Peace out. Good night, you guys. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Good night, you guys.
Thank you for hitting the J Spot on IntellectualRadio.com.